What's good, people? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, all that good stuff. So let's get into this one. So this subject here is one that boxing, is always plagued with, and that is injury. And Frazer Clarke, recently I watched an interview with him on TalkSport. If you want to see this interview, it's on the TalkSport YouTube channel. And yeah, their YouTube channel, it's always interesting because you hear Simon Jordan and his controversial opinions and stuff. And there's always something on there that's quite interesting. And, whether you'd agree or disagree, it always piques your interest. And they had Frazer Clarke on there. And what they were talking about is how he feels after the knockout loss to Fabio Wardley within the first round. And Frazer Clarke, he was very honest in the interview. He just said, well, he obviously feels disappointed. He said he was joking. He said, I don't want to get hit with too many like that anymore, and blah blah blah. And yeah, it was quite a friendly interview. And many people, such as myself, said on the night of that fight, when we saw that wow, this is one of those injuries. This is one of those damage that you can get from boxing. That basically it's like a career ender. And when I saw the way his jaw was kind of just almost dislodged and kind of literally just rearranged, his jaw was like almost snapped. One part of his mouth was going one way, the other part was going the other way. It was a terrible, terrible injury, really, really bad. So for me and a few others, people I know, we were just thinking, wow, this is pretty much career over, because any more damage that this guy sustains on that jaw, and people will be, boxing is crude, boxing is cruel, it's a gladiator sport. So you got any weakness, you got weakness on your nose that's been broken before, your jaw, your whatever it is, you're weak to the body, boxers are going to target this stuff. And I was thinking, it's mid-30s and stuff, this is probably career over. But Frazer Clarke, the true fighting man he is, he talks quite well, and he looks to have sort of recovered pretty well. And he said that His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, he done a great job for him. He said that the surgeon that he had was like the best in Saudi Arabia. And he jokingly also said that the guy, when the fight happened and the injury happened, it would have been early hours of the morning in Saudi time, because they're ahead of us. And he said that Turki Al-Sheikh literally woke this guy out of his bed to come and operate on Frazer Clarke. So he said he was sort of very grateful for that. And so it worked up, and they've done good work. I think they've done reconstruction work. And what Frazer said is that I guess he's been doing a bit of training. They asked him about fighting again, and he said, yeah. He said he didn't hesitate, he didn't stutter. He said he wants to definitely fight again. And he said that as a boxer, he doesn't think like a normal person, because as a, I only had a few in the amateurs and stuff, but even me looking at that fight, looking at that damage, I'm thinking it's over. You shouldn't fight again, even if you are cleared. But Frazer Clarke said, look, I'm cleared to fight now. As of whatever day it was, I think it would have been about Thursday or something. I watched this either Thursday or yesterday, Friday, and he said, yeah, I'm clear to box in a few days' time, etc., etc. And he was just getting ready to go into his sparring. He said, yeah, now I can get into the sparring now after today. And he said he's also cleared by the British Boxing Board of Control to fight. So yeah, it looks like we're going to see Frazer Clarke back in action. And it's going to be a tough one, because I think initially they're going to have to give him a few sort of cream puffs, a few you know, tomato cans, as they say in the US, and a few sort of easier bouts so that he can get his feet wet. And yeah, for me, I still think that that sort of damage, I think there's kind of two sides to it. I think in terms of his safety and his health, I think it's very dangerous for him to carry on, and I wouldn't advise him to carry on. But at the same time, strange things can happen in boxing. You know, I don't view him as having a particularly high ceiling, but at the end of the day, the other side to it is that, well, if he can pass medical tests and medical examinations, if the board approve him, then who am I to say he shouldn't fight again? So yeah, it's one of these where it is very controversial, and I suppose you can't stand in someone's way. They're a fighter, they're a boxer. That's all they know, so that's what they're gonna do. And in Frazer Clarke's case, that is what he's gonna do according to what he said. So for me personally, I just wish him all the best, and hope he doesn't get hurt in that way that he got hurt against Fabio Wardley again. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. But for all intents and purposes, Frazer Clarke is going to come back. And at the end of the day, as much as I'm like, oh, you shouldn't, I still, in another sense, feel happy for him that he's able to come back. And I think it's also a pride thing as well that no fighter, even if they are finished, even when they are finished and they are shot, they don't want to you know, go out on a loss or go out on sort of a humiliating KO loss like what happened with Frazer Clarke. So yeah, he's coming back, and let me know what your thoughts are about that. Do you think he should come back or he shouldn't come back? Let me know what you think about this situation in the comment section. And until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.